Hold up, I am on my way. I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sunset, it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter.
Good day, everyone, and welcome to another Vlogmas episode here at Mommy Guide Inc. Okay, it's Vlogmas Day 21, and it's another amazing and exciting episode because we're gonna be talking about a topic that is actually very important to most women, especially women. Most of the time, Mommy Guide Incs or Mommy Lalas age, right? And of course, but don't worry because this is actually a topic that actually can resonate with everybody else. How? Watch till the end. All right. So joining us today is Bette Vargas. She teaches women how to heal from the inside out. She is a certified holistic health coach, personal trainer, senior fitness, weight management, and behavior change specialist. She has taught thousands of clients how to achieve lasting fitness and health, which we all want to have. Through her unique Menopauseability program, it's actually trademarked, Bette coaches peri and postmenopausal women how to prepare for menopause by successfully integrating better lifestyle choices and fully engaging body, mind, and spirit as an inseparable whole for total wellness. Bette is also a champion race walker and former USA track and field official. She has also trained in some of the most exclusive fitness facilities from the Empire State to the Golden Gate, presented at conferences for major corporations, and produced events focused on fitness, right? And now she hosts the Crazy Sexy Menopause YouTube channel and believes optimum health, true love, and even vibrant sex is possible for women at any age. All right, so she says your dreams can come true. It all begins with intention, right? So I know you guys are so excited to meet our guest for today. So let's bring her in. First time on Mommy Guide Inc., our dear friend, Bette Vargas. Hi, Bette.
Hi, Lala. Thank you so much for having me. This is such a pleasure. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you, Bette. We've been trying to collaborate for a long time. Finally, it has come into fruition. Yay! Because there's
Yes.
Vlogmas. Yes. Yes, thank you, Betty. All right, so Betty, I know that this topic might be, not this is not something that most people usually talk about until until right they've either the women or the women in the family's lives finally hit that certain season in their life, which is actually menopause. So Betty, what
Sometimes they don't even talk about it then.
exactly. And probably until they finally realize there's something wrong. I need help, right? Okay, so first and foremost, what is menopause? Maybe for those who are not familiar with those, probably what is menopause? Really?
Menopause really is simply the transitional period of it's the change of a woman's lifestyle, or the transitional period signaling the end of her childbearing years. Most people think that it's the end of their life, but it's not. It's actually the beginning. It's a new beginning to a new and vibrant time in their lives. And so it's not the end, it's the beginning.
All right. So, guys, it's the beginning. So, don't be afraid if you are okay at this stage. For women who are actually at this stage in their life, okay, don't fear, never fear, because actually it's an exciting time, as Betty is saying. Oops, where's Betty? Okay,
I'm
as
here.
Betty is saying, hold on. Okay, as Betty is saying, it's an exciting time in a woman's life, and probably
It's
also their families, right? Life,
yeah,
right? Yes.
and it's also technically it's a spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
Most people think of different aspects of menopause, but it's a spectrum. There's premature menopause, and that's
Mm-hmm.
a time when a woman goes through menopause either naturally or surgically.
Mm-hmm.
Primarily is surgically, and that's before the average age of 45, where most women, or the average age women, begin to go through menopause.
Oh,
That's
45.
that's premature menopause. Then there's premenopause, which is the time in which a woman she has a regular menstrual cycle. She's rocking and rolling. She's enjoying life. She's not thinking about menopause. It's not on her radar.
Uh-huh.
And then there's perimenopause, and that is the transitional period between premenopause and postmenopause, and that's where many women begin to have issues. They begin to experience some of the signs and symptoms of menopause, and they begin to wonder what the heck is going on with me.
Mm-hmm.
It's through those years that, and it's probably around 45 to 55 years of age, and then post-menopause is the time where a woman has gone through a full year without having a menstrual cycle. And that's a full 365 days. So if you go through 11 months, and the 12th month you get your menstrual cycle, you have to start the process all over again. And it's very important. That's one of the reasons why it's extremely important to to track and journal your menstrual cycle, either during when at the very first signs of your menstrual cycle changing, or even before then, so you can kind of recognize the changes that are happening with your body. And so, also, too, one very important point that I like to make is that
Mm-hmm.
during this perimenopausal period, you want to make sure that you are uh, pr- protecting yourself. And if you are sexually active, you want to continue to protect yourself,
Mm-hmm.
because this is a time in a woman's life where she can also get pregnant. And so
Mm.
that is, yeah, so that's a huge, huge thing. If you're not trying to have a baby, and you're perimenopausal, then protect yourself, use some kind of contraceptive, and especially if your periods are infrequent. And it's also a time where you can have a multiple birth.
Oh.
So not only can you get pregnant, you can have a multiple, you can have multiple
Oh,
babies.
wow.
Yes,
Wow. So
yes,
much, amazing information that I never thought, actually there was so much things about menopause I didn't know. I thought it was just, simply menopause, you stop having menstruation, you can't have babies, period. Okay, but
no,
actually there's actually a lot of stages. So there
oh,
is yes, so there is the peri, the post, and then the what's the other one? I forgot the other one.
there's
The pre,
premenopause,
yes, the peri,
uh,
and the
perimenopause,
post,
yeah, and
the post
postmenopause,
menopause.
and then premature menopause.
Oh, okay, and the premature menopause. Okay, so let's
Mhm.
hold on to that for a while and check the chat. Okay, so we have, okay, of course, we have Rich Vibes. Hi, Rich. Okay, I accidentally, a few days back, Betty, Rich was here, and then I had a guest from Australia. And then I said, "Oh, Rich is also from Australia." And then I realized, "Oh no, Rich is from the UK." So I said, okay, so now I said in the chat, okay, Rich from the UK. So to remind
And
myself that,
and Rich, stay tuned, because if you have a woman in your life, you want to learn
mm,
about menopause. And also, let me just say that men should also be aware that there is a male menopause as well. So don't think that it's
mm.
just women that go through menopause. Men do as well. So
Oh,
just
interesting. So,
put that out
guys,
there. Yeah.
right. So, Rich. Okay, that's a important information, actually. Hey ho, everyone. And this is Giga Art. And Giga Art is from Australia. Hi, G. Okay. So, and finally, summer is here. Yes, for them, Christmas
Hi,
season. Summer is
everybody.
summer in Australia. Yay. Thank you, G, again for dropping by. Unfortunately, Rich can't stay long. It's already 3 a.m. there. Okay. Yes, go to
Oh,
sleep. It's okay. You can always watch on replay, Rich. Thanks for
watch the
dropping
replay.
by. And Tina said, Betty, this is important. I'm here because my factory has given its retirement notice. Okay, so I think she's in that probably pre pre-menopause. So perfect topic, Tina, right? We were
I've
talking about
closed shop,
this.
out of business.
Exactly. Same here. Okay, thanks, Tina. Hi, Betty from Tina. Should be called womenopause. Oh, okay, Rich. There is actually an important information that Betty is gonna talk about also. For men, you also have menopause. Okay. Good morning, everyone. My daughter is my dear daughter moderator. She was accidentally commenting on the wrong live. Anak, where did you go? Okay. Where was that, Sammy? Said Tita Tina. Okay, I had an app. Okay, Tina said that teaches my cycle and it was on point, right? So there is an app. Okay.
Yes,
Woohoo! Make menopause. And Jeffrey Mampusti, thank you so no, not make male. All right, male menopause. So it's both.
male.
All right. So it
Yes.
happens both for men and women. All right. So actually, Betty told us about the different stages. So there is not just like in an instant, okay, I'm on menopause. Okay. So there are also people like me. Okay. I had issues. I had tumors in my reproductive system. So at
Mhm.
40, I had to have total hysterectomy. So that
Mm,
included the ovaries and everything there. So at
mm.
age 40, I experienced menopause, surgical menopause.
Yeah.
So when you experience that kind of menopause, Betty, do you still undergo the the signs and symptoms that a person who goes through the normal stages of menopause, if you are surgically went through menopause?
If you go through surgical menopause,
Mhm.
um, you have to, well, they immediately put you on hormone replacement therapy. And some women are feel that they have no symptoms of menopause when gone through the surgical procedure, and they're on the medication. However, I have I have spoken to women who also experience the menopausal symptoms, and while they're on hormone replacement therapy. So it depends on the woman, and I think it depends on um, the, the types of things that she does in terms of diet and exercise. I really do believe that those are huge factors in terms of how a woman will go through menopause, and her mindset. Now, I would be curious to know if you have gone through any of these the symptoms of menopause, Lala.
Okay. Okay, so the beginning, okay, this is that was a very great question, Betty, because maybe somebody or some people also went through the same thing or is going to
Mhm.
go through the same thing as I did. So that was almost a decade ago. And the thing was, I was so happy, Betty, because I also had endometriosis. So I will always have very painful monthly periods. So having
Mhm.
not having all of those in the first year was super awesome, right? Super. And then,
Yes.
my big tummy was gone because I don't have any more in that part of my body. But then a year later, I started experiencing hot flushes, right? In the middle of it started with the middle of the night, and then any time of the day, and then especially during, so it went for several years, sometimes even up to now. Like during the pandemic, where we're always trying to take note of our temperature. I always
Mhm.
had to like quarantine myself because I always felt that I have fever. And then not knowing that it was just, hot flushes, right? So it was very difficult. It went on for several years, right? And then the most difficult part came in a very, like, maybe just a year or two, just now. So
Mhm.
about 8 years later, all the aches and pains. I am now feeling all those aches and pains. And I used to have very oily skin, face.
Yeah.
Now it's very dry. I
Yes.
really, even though we live in the tropic area, we're a tropical country, I
Mhm.
have to put on moisturizer now. I never had like a daily morning night routine. I'm very lazy. But now I have to because everything is dry. My hands are wrinkly and dry. My whole body is dry. My face is so dry. So now I've experienced like I feel really old right now because of
No,
that.
no, no,
Okay.
no, 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 no. Let me stop you right there. No,
Okay,
no,
okay,
no, no,
Betty.
no. Your body is changing. Embrace that body. Embrace her for who she is, because she has gotten you to this point right now. She has
Mm-hmm.
supported you. She has loved you. Your heart beats every day without you even thinking about it. So you have, you have all of your limbs, you have all of your, you have so much to be grateful for. And so you live in gratitude of having this body that supports you every day. That's the first thing. The second thing
Exactly.
is, yes, that all of these are because our estrogen levels have been depleted.
Mm-hmm.
um, we These are our symptoms, or these are signs that unfortunately happen. And it's no different than someone who has, well, it's a little different, but someone who has another organ like a thyroid. They're having to adjust their living in order to live more vibrantly, or in order to live in good health, and in order to live. Let's break it down there. So it's important
Absolutely.
for us to look at what we're doing in terms of what we put in our bodies, and the types of things that we move, what we do
Mhm.
for ourselves as we age, to support that aging and supporting that vibrancy and supporting that optimal health. And so
Oh,
please,
sorry.
please don't look at it as being as feeling old,
Yes.
because as long as you are doing what's best for your body in terms of moisturizing your skin and keep putting moisturizing your body, eating foods that support your nutrition, your proper nutrition, having a positive mindset in terms of how your body is supporting you and loving yourself and looking in the mirror and giving yourself a smile and staying keeping a mindfulness practice. All of these things are supporting your journey through the wisdom time that is
Mhm.
menopause. So
Exactly. So I think most of the reasons why I had that kind of mindset in the again in the big not in the beginning. In the beginning I was so happy, right? Because I
yeah.
don't have any more symptoms. But again, as I said, as the years moved on, I'm on to like almost a decade. So 10 years. I'm gonna have I think by next year I'll have 10 years since I had my hysterectomy. Is the
Okay.
fact that yes, I realized eventually that this is a blessing. After having gone through that surgery, I had to go through several other surgeries. That
Mm,
at the end of the day, you realize how amazing, okay, that the Lord has been in my life, that He has kept me here still alive. And of course, there are
yes.
aches and pains, but as Betty said, there are ways to mitigate those. There are ways to help us go through that. And as you can see, and thank you, Jason, for becoming a member, right? So as you can see, okay, so Mami Lala has now found a way. Okay, because Betty, for real, I've never, I never thought of age. Age for me was nothing. It's just a number, right?
Mhm.
I'm a groovy mom, groovy tita, groovy aunt, whatever, right? So I can do whatever the young ones are doing. I'm okay with that
Me
until,
too.
right? So it's like, so I never thought, I'm that certain age. But when I started to like, I want to do certain movements, I can no longer do that. And then I wake up, so
Really?
yeah, so it's like, okay, so now I realize, oh yeah, okay, oh, because I'm already this age, right? Again, there are certain movements I cannot do anymore just because I haven't been exercising. I haven't
There you
been
go.
eating the right kind of food. When you are at a certain age already, there are really certain things that we need to put into our diet at the same time exercise. We're so lazy. Most people, not just women, most people are very lazy when it comes to exercise. I don't have time. I don't have time. But I have time to watch movie on Netflix. I have time to do this and that. But I don't have time for the good things, right? For the things that would really give me more energy. And what, as I said, Betty, one of the things that actually encouraged me to take better care of my health is
Hmm.
the fact that I want to be there for my kids longer, right? So
Yes.
I want to see my kids, when they have their own family, right? I still have a son who's only 13 years old, and my eldest, my daughter is in college. So I really want to be there for them still. And my son is under the spectrum as well. So I really need and I really want to be there for them. That's why, Betty, my word for next year, okay, is healthy. Ah,
Yes. I love
healthy.
it. I
Exactly.
love it.
All right.
Yes.
So
And see,
before,
I have some years on you. I don't know if you know this, but I am 68 years old.
oh my,
And so,
no
yes.
way.
Yes, I am. And so my oldest daughter is 41, and I have a set of twins that are 39, and
Uh
my
huh.
youngest daughter is 37. And I'm a grandmother of four. And so when you talk about living exercise, that is key. And one of the things that is so important is movement, moving every day. If I don't, this is my gym actually. And so
Mm.
I'm in here every morning, doing my workouts. And you talk about not having time. Most of my workouts are under 30 minutes. And so and I'm really in the best shape of my life. I stretch all the time. I'm extremely flexible in body and mind. And so it's extremely important. You know, it's no secret about the positive endorphins that come from exercise. And so not only does it help us mentally, but in terms of movement, and it's it it's like movement to the body is like oil to a car. And so you wouldn't drive your car without putting oil in the tank. And so with movement and physical activity, any kind of physical activity, it eases the joints. It's like it's lubricating. It
Mm-hmm.
lubricates the joints, so you don't feel those pains of quote unquote age. And so and that in conjunction with nutrition, proper nutrition, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a winning combination.
Exactly. So that's why if you are in this stage in your life, just as
Hmm.
I am and with Betty, right? So we're different stage. So everybody in the chat cannot believe what you just said. Okay, and Jason was saying, exercise, nah. What, Betty? You don't look your age. Exactly. I know Betty is a little bit, just a little older than me. But, I feel really old because of, Betty said, I have not been doing the right things, right? So
And it's
now,
a
yes.
mindset.
And it's a
It's
mindset as well. It
mindset.
starts with the mind. There you go. And Tina is saying hi to Jason. Hi, I'm on Tina. Oh, awesome, Betty. Okay, so Jason
And
is
wait,
still young.
and I actually have been teaching my granddaughter how to box.
Wow. See? Okay, so I'm very encouraged, Betty. So, I was talking to Tina yesterday. We were together. We were doing some errands. And then we were talking about, this stage in our lives. And then but she's just pre. Okay, so she's probably have a decade before it actually, that's like me. But then again, we talk about the changes and stuff, and then we talked about starting an exercise regimen. Like me, I have
Mhm.
other issues because I have thyroid issue. I also have uh what do you call this, a spine issue. I have a C2, C3, C4 issue. So there are many exercise regimen that I cannot do. I used to do, I used to have a personal trainer, so I was able to keep my weight at bay. But now I can't
Mhm.
even do planking. I can't do weights. There's so many things I'm not allowed to do. So
Mhm.
a month ago, I was in DC, right, Betty? So for a while,
Mhm.
and I didn't have any choice but to walk, walk, and walk. And for the first 3 days, I was sore all over. But then, since there was no other option but to walk, so I
Mhm.
was walking and walking and walking. And by the time I got home, everybody was saying, "Whoa, you lost a lot of weight." And not just that, Betty, I can actually now go up the stairs without limping, and I can actually walk without looking like a penguin, right? So because I and I'm in the mall, somebody would like Lola means grandma. And so I'd ask my
Okay.
daughter, Anak, do I really look like a grandma already? Why is everybody calling me a grandma? Right? So it's like, because I walk like, I'm like 80 or more years old. So because,
Mhm.
I haven't been exercising. And so I realized that I can actually do the walking. Right? I've been
Can.
walking 4, 5, 6 hours. And of course, I have to rest when I get tired. But I said, I
Mhm.
cannot run, but I could probably walk. So that's like, light bulb moment, walking, right? For somebody who
Yes.
doesn't, if you want, like going to the mall, you know, walk,
You
not
can
shop,
walk.
walk.
Yes, there's so many things that you can do in terms of where walking is concerned. You know, if you have parking lots there with the malls, you park away from the door and walk to the door. Take the escalator instead of, or take the stairs instead of the escalator. If there, wherever there's stairs, walk up the stairs. I have been race walking actually since 1994. My children are all track and field champions, and
Oh,
so
wow.
they were running, but I didn't want to run, and so I actually I was discovered as a race walker. A very prominent race walk champion actually discovered me walking down the street because I was walking so fast. But so that was something that helped me, and I've been literally walking ever since. And my husband and I, one of the ways that we get our exercise in is that I will race walk and he will ride his bike beside me because he can't walk as fast as I do.
Wow. Right. So actually, people in the chat, we have Miss Wims. Hi, Miss Wims. Good morning. Yes, good evening to Betty, our guest. Okay. Jason is saying, wow, I can't imagine you doing the penguin walk, ma. Yeah, because you always see me here seated, right? But when you actually, because we've been locked down for a long time, it's only now that we are able to actually go out. Nako, Jason, when you see me, I could like barely walk. It's like, I would always like tell my children, wait, wait, I can't walk that fast. So I'm always left behind. And when but Tina is a testimony to the fact that I can now walk because we were there together. We were walking and she said, I have to say, you can catch up now with walking. Lala, I'm so proud of
Yeah.
you for taking up walking. So, and that's why I told Tina, I will not stop. I will try to make it still part of my daily life, right? Although
and
I'm not
and
gonna be
walking
able. Yes,
And
yes, Betty.
walking is a great weight bearing exercise. So even though you can't do, there's some exercises that may not be beneficial to you, you can also know that walking is a great weight bearing exercise, and it's also something that will assist in strengthening your bones as we age, because there's some women who are more susceptible to osteoporosis during
Mhm.
menopause. And so this is an opportunity. It's a great way for you to maintain your bone health as well.
Exactly. So,
Mhm.
especially nowadays, right? We really need to, when you reach this certain point in your life, to take note of those. I actually went through a bone scan because,
Ah,
as I
did
told,
you?
because Betty, I was really in pain. If you would
Hmm.
have seen me, the time we met, and I could barely walk. Really,
Mm.
movement for me, and the way Betty talks about exercise. Sometimes exercise is this negative thing to when we exercise. No, right? But what Betty
Yeah,
says is movement, and movement is
exactly.
very positive, right? So
Yes.
really, I realized that because you lived all your life with getting away with no exercise. So you think, it's the same thing. I don't need exercise. But really, we really need exercise. And what Betty has been telling us since the beginning of the show is that, exercise is really important as it's part of the reasons why when you don't use up your muscles, they also become little, right? They diminish in size,
Yeah.
right? So, and as we grow older, of course, we're not as efficient. Our body is not as efficient as it was before. But as Betty says, if you are able to train yourself and your body, now Betty can do anything. And she's 68. Sorry for the mention of the age again, but you just want
No,
to
that's
encourage
fine.
everybody, right? So she can even beat her children in terms of walking. And she also mentioned about her dear husband, who actually was a guest of ours a week back, or 2 weeks back, right? So if you missed that,
Yes.
yeah, so we had Angelo here and he talked about um, repurposing, right? So for content creators. And he also mentioned a little bit about how he actually helps out Betty, okay, in Crazy Sexy Menopause. Speaking of which, so let's talk about your channel, Betty. Okay, so why
Okay.
Crazy Sexy Menopause?
Crazy sexy menopause. Oh my goodness. Well, it is a channel where we just talk about all things that support the menopause, the woman's menopausal journey. We focus on the three M's, which are meals, mindset, and movement. And that's what our content is centered around. And so we are focused, we put all kinds, well, for the most part now our content is just structured around the menopause journey, and we'll get into the physical activity and also mindset. We've done a couple of mindset pieces, and some nutrition information on the site. So we'll be delving into all of these different areas because they're all so important in supporting a woman's journey through menopause. And so, we want to get it as be as creative as possible, and to let women know that menopause is not it's not something to fear. That you can have fun during menopause. It's a wisdom time. It's a joyous time. It's freedom, and so it's a time to engage in activities that support our aging process. So
Wow.
that's
So thank
yeah.
you for having that channel, right? So Crazy Sexy Menopause. So total opposite of what most women, or probably their families as well, think about, when you talk about menopause, right? So
Yeah, and
it's not, yes.
the the name came about from us, the focus of the crazy way that menopause is, the crazy symptoms and the crazy process that is happening, and the way that you feel. It makes you think that you're going crazy. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's where that piece came from. And then the sexy is about it's not always about a physical
Mm-hmm.
inclination. It's also about the sexy confidence and the ways that we are feeling about ourselves, the empowering way that we feel about ourselves as we move and get comfortable in this new body that we are, and the confidence that we exude during this time period. And so that's the focus of where the name came from. And so it's really about being happy and loving yourself the way that you are. And when you
Mm-hmm.
love yourself, other people see that, and vibrate with that
Yeah.
energy as well.
That's so nice, right? It's so empowering, and it's so nice to actually find a channel just like Betty's, that as you said, it's a new season, right? It's like you're turning a new leaf, and every
Yeah.
time that you're starting a new thing, right, like a new season in your life, it's scary,
Mhm.
right? It's pretty scary, and
It
oftentimes
can
you
be
feel
if you're
alone.
doing it alone. It can be if
Exactly.
mhm.
Yes, but when you have somebody alongside you, understanding what you're going through, and in Betty's community, it's like everybody there resonates with everybody else. So it's like, oh, okay, I'm not alone. So, going through it is less scary, right? So you become less crazy in a negative way, but now crazy in a more positive way, in terms of, you're just very happy about stuff, right? And let's go back to
Exactly.
the shot a little bit, okay? So Atina said, we are walkers. Yes. We are
Yes,
walkers. And Jason
absolutely.
says, yes, I'm not yet there. Whimsical Thoughts is an artist also in our community, but she's still young. But she says, I'm not yet there, but already crazy. And we have Todd. Hi, Todd of Christmas Clatter. And he will be my guest tomorrow, guys. So head on tomorrow also for Vlogmas 22 for Todd. And Giga Art is saying, hi, Jason. Hi, Wims, and to everybody else.
And I
Okay.
do want to share that um, one other reason why I started the channel is
Mm-hmm.
because my mother died when I was 10. And so I did not have a mother to guide me through the milestones of life as a female. And
Mm-hmm.
so when I had my daughters, I started thinking in terms of how can I prepare them for this period of time that I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have access to. I didn't have access to someone to share with me what was going on. I had to research everything
Mm-hmm.
myself, and I was going through trial and error, experimenting on my own body. And so I felt that if I didn't have the a mother to guide me through this process, that there were other women who were the same as me. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's why I made the intention to not only share with my daughters, but also my global daughters or my internet daughters,
All
so
right.
that they could understand and know exactly and be prepared for what's to come.
Yes, it's pretty scary. Having gone through it pretty early because surgical menopause set in, it's really scary. And that's why I'm so happy that, when I met Betty as a content creator and I learned about her topic and her channels, I was super excited. I said, I really need to have you on my show and talk about this further. Right? So now that you have this, okay, and you are started to have this community of women that walks alongside everybody else. All right. I know that you have something that they can start out with, right? So can you talk about this one, Betty?
That's my website, Crazy Sexy Menopause. And so I will be sharing information on that channel. And it's also a way to connect with me and the community that I'm starting. So now we've just come out of the pandemic. And so, or rather, the pandemic is still going on. And so
Mm-hmm.
I do have a freebie at my on my site, where if you go to the site and submit your email, you will get a very thorough jump start to how to reset your life and your body post
Mm.
COVID. And
Oh,
so
that's
mhm,
nice. And this is absolutely free, right? They can
it is
just
free.
download that. Again, this is the website. Okay, it's
Yes.
Crazy Sexy Menopause. If you actually want all the links to Betty's socials and her website, it's all on the description of this live stream. Okay, so it's clickable. Also, it's actually there running right now. Okay, as a running ticker down below. So you can find the website is there, crazysexymenopause.com,
Mhm.
and get this free guide, right? So post pandemic, everything has changed a lot, right? So even the
It
things, how we do stuff. And this is such a nice way to actually start trying to do movement, as they say. And on top of that, Betty, I know that because if you really want to be intentional, right, and really take a hold of your health in terms of this
Mhm.
special season in your life, or maybe you know somebody who is going through this special season in their life, I think they need to know this course that Betty is going to start in the beginning of 2023. Okay, so this is it.
My
Okay.
Walk for Wellness course, and it is all about how walking and not just putting on a pair of shoes and stepping outside. That's what
Mhm.
anyone can do. But in terms
Mm-mm.
of this particular program, it's focused on strategic walking, walking for health. So um, if the type of walking that I'm referring to is focused on whittling away or melting that belly fat that you may have.
We have
That
that.
is yes, that is so prevalent with a lot of menopausal women. It's also weight bearing, as I said. The some of the benefits of the program are to help you save time, to walk faster, to improve your health, improve your speed, and some of the features of the program that we'll address are um, focused on the actually the history of walking, and also there are rules. I have exercises associated with
Oh,
walking
nice.
to prepare your body for the walking process, and how to increase your walking, and there's what else? I'm trying to think of all the things
Wow.
that are included in the program, but also one of the main pieces of it is that we will have quote unquote track meets. And so what that
Oh.
is each week we will get meet together on a Zoom call and talk about your progress. We support each other, and so this will keep you engaged wherever you are in your process, and we'll move forward. And also apparel, what types of things that you should wear,
Wow. Very
what types of
inclusive.
clothing, what types of shoes. I see a lot of women, I see a lot of people actually who are out walking and they have the improper shoes for walking, and when that happens, you wonder why. Oh, my knee is hurting, oh, my hips. And the reason why could be that you're wearing the incorrect pair of shoes. And there are proper shoes. And let me just say this: if you are a basketball player, you would not dream of wearing a running shoe on the basketball field. A football player would not wear a tennis shoe on the football field. And
Mhm.
so a walker must wear the same their shoes that are meant for walking. And we talk about that as well. So there's
Wow.
a lot involved that we will address
This is
within the
exciting.
course.
And this is going to happen in the first quarter,
Mhm.
or is it going to be January already?
It's in January,
In
probably
January.
mid-January.
Mid-January. Okay, so guys, as you can see, I'll show that again. So the to join the wait list. Okay, so wait list. All right, so we need to go to that. Okay, so it's just her website again. Okay, crazysexymenopause.com, and we can actually, do the wait list. Again, this is
Or
this is open for everybody, even if like I'm in the Philippines, I can join.
absolutely, absolutely. And it's just email me at Betty at
Mm.
crazysexymenopause.com.
All right. So email for further details, right? So that's
Mhm.
amazing, right? So sometimes we actually need something like that, right? Because sometimes a little knowledge is a dangerous thing.
Yeah.
So we actually need to, safety. Safety is very important, especially during this stage. If we injure ourselves, we don't heal as fast, right?
Yes.
So,
I forgot to mention that one
mhm.
other thing that is included in the program is also walking safety, because there are techniques and things that we discuss that help you in terms of walking, if you're walking alone or if you're
Mhm.
walking with a group, where to walk, how to walk, and what to do if
Sorry.
So there's a lot of issues to be concerned about when you're
Mm-hmm.
walking.
Exactly. So that is very important. And for most of us, we don't really know what are the safety things when it talks about walking. And again, if you are not very much into exercise, you're scared of that word even. So movement, all right? So walking is something that we most of us, right, would always are doing. But if we use actually walking as a means to, you know, be the reason or why we can become more, in terms of our health, become better and towards wellness, then why not, right? And so Todd in the chat is saying, does it work for guys too?
Absolutely. I was discovered by a male race walker. So yes, men absolutely do walk.
Yes, so Todd. And he's also saying, I could take the course with my wife. Yay, let's see each other there, Todd. I'm
Yes.
very much interested. Yay, see you there. And of course, Miss Wims is saying, I love the internet daughter. I feel like Mommy Guide has been my internet mother too. Oh, thank you, Miss Wims.
Oh,
It's like, that's why I think, I really resonate with everybody just calling me Mommy Lala. I really feel like a mom. I think I was
yeah.
born to be mommy. Right? So I
Yes.
embraced Mommy Lala. So everybody now calls me Mommy Lala. And Giga Art is saying, just sub to you, Betty. Thank you, G. Promise you will learn a lot of things. Although Gigi is really probably still several years to, pre-menopause. There you go. I need to put
And
this
you can
on my
still
goal.
walk.
Exactly. I need to put this on my goal next year. Walk for wellness. First time to hear of this. Yes, Miss Wims. Okay. Join me and join the others. Exactly. I'm very excited. So when, Betty sent me this brochure, I was like, okay, I want more details, right? So she's even just, thinking about it. I said, I want in because this is really something that I think I can do. I cannot, as I said, I'm very limited to what I can do in terms of how to do exercise, and I feel that this is something that I can really do. And if you're also thinking of doing that, head on to, okay, just email, send a message to Betty at
Yes.
sexymenopause.com. Okay, if you want
Betty at
more
Crazy
information.
Sexy Menopause.
I sorry. What did I say? Betty, sorry. Crazy sexy.
Sexy Menopause.
Okay, Betty. That's the I did the same thing when Angela was here. Yes, he corrected me as well. Okay, again, it's Betty at crazysexymenopause.com. There you go. Walking
Yes.
and Zumba helped my mom too when she was undergoing menopause. There, right? So
Yes.
whatever resonates with you. Giga Art is saying, I love walking. It's my thinking time. Yes, that's another thing, right?
Yes.
It helps you think.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes. It's a great problem solver.
Exactly. So Todd,
Mhm.
wish more guys have the same mindset like you do. Exactly, right? So being
Mhm.
supportive. Yes. So Todd is an awesome husband. Hello, Miss Mary. Mega love shout out po. Yes, Lala is like a mom to me too. Pangaral to the max. Pangaral. Pangaral, it's like lecture, sometimes
Oh.
bordering on nagging. You
Oh.
know how sometimes moms are, but I try not to. I try not to. Okay, but sometimes when moms are very concerned, you can be sometimes borderline nagging. So
But you
I'm
do it with
trying.
love.
Exactly. Yeah. So that I'm learning to embrace as well because of everybody around me, right? So I'm accountable also to other people. So that has
Mhm.
kept me in tabs. I'm not as nagging anymore, right? So no more. And I'm trying to get go of that one. As Betty said, that's a better word, concern, right? Focus
Yes.
more on the concern. Do not nag. Nagging is not good. Whether you're a wife, a mom, a friend, it's not good.
Yes.
People will just tune you out. All
Yes.
right. So again, Betty, thank you so much. This has been an awesome, wonderful day. We learned so much, and now we are so excited for that course. Okay, maybe if there's one thing that you can give out, as a note. Okay, before an important note for those who are in the chat or probably watching on replay, what would it be before we say goodbye?
For women, I want to say embrace who you are, love your body, cherish who she is and how she's
Mhm.
gotten you to where you are to up to this point. Love your body, love yourself. And for men, I would like to say, please, 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 if the woman in your life is experiencing something that is kind of like you think out of the ordinary, or that she is experiencing some kind of pain or some kind of instability in terms of her health or the way she's feeling, believe her. Don't think that she's just crazy and that it'll pass. Believe that she is in pain. Believe that she has some
Mhm.
issues, or believe that something is going on. She may not know what it is, she may not be able to put her finger on it, but just know that she is telling you the truth, and she's not just saying, some women say, oh, I got a headache, and it's used as an excuse. These are not excuses. She is really experiencing what she is feeling, and so believe her.
Thank you so much, Betty. What a great way to end the show for today. All right. Love yourself and be supportive of the
Yes.
woman in your life or women in your life who are going through the same thing. Thank you so much, Betty. And I hope that this is not the last time that we will have you here. Hopefully we can have you back when you actually, start the course, and we can promote it as well. Thank you so much
Oh,
again,
that would be
everyone.
great.
Yes, of
Thank
course.
you.
I will be part of that class, Betty. I need it. Okay, I need it. I need to,
Yay.
focus on wellness. As I said, my my word for next year is healthy. Really, I
Yes.
really want to be healthy. All right, so with that, thank you so much, everybody, and see you for tomorrow. Yes, we're gonna have Tad Christmas Clatter himself in the chat tomorrow, and we're gonna talk about Christmas list and planners. Awesome, right? So another awesome topic. Yay! And with that, thank you so much, Betty. Thank you, everyone in the chat.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much for joining us again this morning. I hope that you had a wonderful time with Betty and I today. See you tomorrow for another Vlogmas. Bye. Have a great rest of the day.